Greetings everyone, here's Lodric and this is a game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play by email match number 2 against KilRoy. This is still scenario 1, but this is the new 27 beta map. So, and KilRoy have the Mark 14 torpedoes working from start of the war. Now, we are already at the 14th December. My unloading and Raboul continue, and some shell hits on my light cargo ship, okay, but then no real losses. My sub Miss Holland, sub tender, also I think these are one of the best ships you can have. And there's a mine hit, so something just hit the mine, but it must be an allied ship. And this is now hunting of submarine. Okay, this time the small AM is able to get one hit on my sub. Yeah. It's all shallow water, but still a little payback. Sinking here, light cargo ship. And here's nothing. So there's still many task forces. I think they're all running out of Singapore. Maybe KilRoy holds them all back to wait that I maybe out of town for some time and recall my ships. Here, hit but no explosion. So shitty. And this is I think something like a torpedo surprise attack. Still, I don't know if it's really necessary if you fight enemy APs. A little overkill. And the ships was empty. And some more. Now with normal shells, it's easy sinking. And next lucky hit on one of my destroyer minesweepers, or support destroyers, escort ships later. This also go down. So I lost now one fleet destroyer and one support destroyer against 4 submarines already. So yeah, my subs also here can create some damage, but losing 2 ships is so early in this war is high, I would say. But of course, it's a critical phase. So my cruisers are able to intercept the next cargo task force. This is all here at the mouth of Palembang, source of Singapore. And all of the ships are small, empty, maybe full with supplies, I don't know, but no troops on board. More unloading is next shell on my light cargo ship. It's a 6-inch maybe, so it will create damage. It's I would say simply necessary to sacrifice some ships for amphibious assault against the enemy base force with coastal batteries. This is and one more cargo ship. Okay. This was now a bigger cargo ship, but still empty. I mean, no troops. And at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, still more sub engagements. And a little, at least 1-to-1 payback, so I also can hit one destroyer minesweeper. So KilRoy lost 1 DMS and I lost 1 DMS. The problem is only that the allies have 4 times more ships. So I must kill 4 DMS to only come even. And 1 more hit on my sub. Nah, no hit. But always 1 hit on my subs. And there was a tanker. And somehow my sub cannot find this target. I have still my cruisers. This is now, I think, a little bigger ship. Maybe they can fight back. I'm not so sure. Let's see. Torpedo hit. It's the AMC. The AMCs. I remember the good dojo time where I think so many AMCs for him. And he always sent me later, oh no, my AMCs, no, don't kill them. Yeah, something like this. But dojo disappeared, so we don't know. He simply left the game without a word. So this AMC is dead. I mean, I don't know how many torpedo hits. And these are only AMs, okay, they cannot fight. They're easy picking. But again, nothing on board. Only points for me and less cargo value for KilRoy. But there was a next rowboat. Somehow I have in this game very unlucky rowboats. Hit a mine in Omaya. So KilRoy mine Midway, he mine Nomaya. So I think he really learned this kind of mine stuff. Maybe I teach him this, or he saw it in some other game. But he's last time he used the mines to mine my own ports and landing zone. He still do this, but I think he don't only try to mine my own operations, and he use more mines for defense. I really have no feeling how many mines the allies can master and produce over turns. For the Japanese, it's really so limited number that I'm really very careful to use mines outside of my own ports. Because only if I can really tend the mines with mine tenders, there's simply never enough mines to really use them for active. Maybe later on. It's hard to say. You also must find a target where it makes sense to put the mines. So, bad weather can happen. I mean, the map is big. Next sweep for my carriers over Batavia. Some Dutch buffaloes. And looks like easy victory. And here north of Saipan, there is a ship passing by. It's a tanker trying to escape. And I don't have any air HK, so I can only use bombs. I have a 160 kilogram bomb. It's on fire, so if I'm lucky, the ship will burn down over time. Some Warhawks making here some strafing attack on the port. There's a patrol boat. For some reason it's not showing. I don't know why, but yeah. So finally my air campaign in China starts to kick off. A little more at least. And also remember that Jochen started his second campaign, third campaign, playing the Japanese now against Helden with scenario 2 and the old map, the 26 beta map. But you can see maybe the difference between scenario 1 and scenario 2. The difference on the map is, I think, slightly not hard to really see if you don't play the game directly. Good, one more bomb hit on this one AK trying to pass by Saipan. And one carrier strike against this group of ships also trying to escape. All small cargo ships and tankers. So what my subs cannot find or think my air force can do. So AKs, tankers all go down. But these are only the two smallest carriers from the Kiluputai, so the capacity is very limited. But it's still enough to sink this kind of cargo ships. Oh no! One British Buffalo tried to intercept my Kate bombers, but yeah, they are Dutch. They're busy with eating käse. And are always trying to win soccer against the Germans and failing. Good, this is also a light cargo ship. Oh, dead. But I'm running out of torpedoes, that for sure. And I must always keep in mind that I still don't have any confirmation about the location of the British battleships. So I cannot run too aggressive around, or I risk to be have a meeting with Prince of Wales or something else, and this will maybe end badly. And again, I must play the safe. It's scenario 1. I cannot really. I lost already 2 destroyers. And if I am so unlucky, and I lost also 3 submarines. Oh, so casualties are high for only 1 week in the war for the Japanese, but at the end still maybe acceptable. Nothing really super important I lost so far. So, killing some scout airplanes. Still more bad weather. The burning tanker. I come here even from 2000 feet, so this is already the best altitude for normally level attack. Then you still use only Navy bombardment skill. If you go to 1000, then you need the low level attack skill. This of course increase the possibility to create a hit much. I don't know what is the percentage, but of course it's also half your bomb load. So I still think maybe running with 2000 and then you don't must train this low level attack skill. And this is only possible if there's a cargo ship without any flak. If you do this, I think with army ships, and the Japanese Nell bombers, they're burning so easy. I don't know. Good. More bombardment in China. Okay, this tanker was still somehow not at the bottom of the sea, but now. And this next cargo ship. And the Hawaii. And the mini AG, so a support cargo ship. Okay. So I'm not sure more if this was now also a rowboat. Yeah, and a little more shell hits on my light cargo ship. Still unloading supplies. Okay, kicking this Chinese unit out of the hex. Okay. Battle with some Chinese corps outside of Wushang. Also no big deal. Still nearly 100 units disabled. And trying to cut here the supply lines from central China to the coast. Also a victory, nothing really too special here. But here I have not the power. Here, this is the terrain, I think double. I can still blow up the fort, but my casualties are too high to really attack here much more. North of Kaifeng, trying to get this dot base. Also not super successful, but still I can blow up the fort, so maybe next turn. On Battle of Wabul. Yeah, it's
Hello, you fighting orphans of the Pacific. This is your favorite enemy, Orphan Anne, at Radio Tokyo, with music to lift your spirits and words to depress your morale. But first, Imperial General Headquarters announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Rabaul.
So, easy going. This time the Australians cannot hold the ground, but they all are able to escape for now. And here in the north, the same. It's only a small detachment. Kicks them out of the base. Some counter bombardment from the Chinese corps, but nothing really happens. And the next attack on Guam, fort is destroyed. The Allies still have here many disabled units, but no destroyed. Naja, maybe next turn. So it was, at the end, a good turn. Nothing perfect, and still some issues, but Air War was successful. I lost 1-0, but KilRoy had higher losses with 7 Dutch Buffaloes. And the rest is, and I was also able to intercept here one of these scout airplanes. My pilot, oh no, not this one. But my pilot returned to base but was wounded. Okay, but still I think very likely that he come back. Still I have only 1 ace. Ship sunk. There was many ships going down this turn. Maybe better like this. So I lost 1 rowboat. Only 1 rowboat. Hit the mines in Nomaya. So this is now the 3rd rowboat so far I know. And 1 destroyer minesweeper. they're not really powerful now. Now they're looking like shitty ships. But this kind of ship is one of the first you can convert to escort ships with powerful anti-submarine equipment. They will never be any surface engagement ships. They will always be escort. But so I normally like them. They are cheap early war escorts with some capability. So, and all dates. So yeah, I lost now 3 rowboats, all to mine hits, 2 in Midway and 1 in Omaya. Ah. And this is a 1 destroyer, and I think the other one called the, I don't know, Minesweeper. Yeah, destroyer Minesweeper. Good. So 4 military units getting destroyed so far. I mean, the mini subs, they always die. It's not so important. And not really able, I mean, there's no way around this. So in China, I have no big change. Cleaning up some hexes. Here's a little steady. This is maybe my forces are not strong enough. Some Chinese units walking in Canton. I think this is mainly, there's this game rule. If a unit is in the hex cannot produce something with industry. So if KilRoy can keep a unit here in Canton, he simply shut off my industry and I can produce local supplies and so on. So that is why I think the number 1 reason why he walked here in with a small Chinese unit. Also, if I destroy this unit after 2 months, I think they're coming back to Chongqing with 25 or 30% of their equipment, infantry equipment at least. So this is why you can normally, at the start of the game, we have many Chinese units with 10% or 20% of the equipment. It's maybe makes sense to simply throw them away. Even if this gives points to the Japanese player, if you don't really play for points, or even in the long run, maybe it gets make China stronger if you lose at the beginning. But if you lose units with purpose, like blocking enemy industry or slow them down, then it's double purpose. Then it makes really sense. So it's Chinese Russian tactics. Like if the Germans can only transport ammunition, clothes, or food, and you attack them non-stop, then they always must call in ammunition. Then the winter is coming, then it's getting cold. Then if it's cold, you get hurt. Then you need more food. Then you have more logistic problems. And then you lose the war. Or you win the war on the Russian side. But of course the Russians win only the war because the Americans feed them non-stop. But that is another story. So Malaya, I arrive in Johor Bahru, and I can maybe kick out this British forces, and maybe I can create a little more damage here. But Singapore is sealed, and I hope to end of the month I can complete the whole campaign of Malaya, and then I can focus for Singapore. Because I have here only 1 army operating here, so I must get all of my forces ready for attack of Singapore. I cannot rush with these little forces I have here now in the source. So it's really the first operation was landing, second operation was trying to cut here at 2 locations, Singapore in different pockets. Now third operation is more or less clean all of Malaya, mainland. And the last operation will be the storm and the siege and capture of Singapore. But this must be step by step, not parallel. Because I use the other army for the march on Rangoon, and this needs the whole month, more or less, to only cross the mountains. We had here many engagements with many ships. They're all cargo, tanker, not military equipment, you can say. They're all running here around. My carriers are here, trying to think what is possible, my cover force, and my subs also trying to think. These cruisers have already consumed all of their torpedoes because they want to. And I'm also low on ammunition. And I think if one ship, I don't know if it's every. I think it doesn't matter what ship, but if you have a ship in your task force and the main battery have a red, I don't know if it must be one red or all red, but if you are low on main battery shells and one ship is in your task force, I think the task force also have the tendency to disengage because these red shells, these are emergency shells for defense. You don't will waste them for operations to hunt enemy ships. So I better call this task force now back to rearm some more shells. There are also some task forces around Tarakan, and small equipment is in Balikpapan. My carriers are here. I think this time I had no carrier, no airstrike out of this carrier fleet. But I have here some collision. I think this happens. So my light cruiser had a collision with, I don't know, with other ship. Yeah, with this scout cruiser. So the, both cruisers yeah, come close to each other. And then some accident happened. Cannot even happen. I mean, this happens every night or every day and every weekend, but also at the sea. Yeah, Mindanao, there was no battle. Philippines, there was no battle. My first forces arriving in Clarkfield simply to show up and maybe try to lure the KilRoy to make an attack. At the same time, more infantry is moving in. So if I'm lucky, I maybe KilRoy think, oh, only one unit attacked me, and then the rest of my forces move in. Even if they're only in move mode, this is triple defense terrain, so it could be bloody for both of us, but at the end maybe shorten this campaign. So we will see if I can lure KilRoy to attack me. If not, then yeah, maybe another day. Yeah, the rest is still, there's still more equipment coming and moving. So 1,200 attack value is here, 1,500 nearly here. So I think I come now at 3,000 attack value at the North Philippines area. Good, and the last is here Rabul. I took the base. I still have no sight of enemy ships. Looks like KilRoy don't rush for this location. Maybe try something else. And I lost here one rowboat. So I try to save this second rowboat because I know now in Umaya they are mine, so I better stay here out. Good. And no sight of any Shmi ships here at the Marshall Islands so far. Nothing at wake. Well, everything else looks very normal. Okay, thank you, Ne. Thank you. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.